Hi lovelies! So here it is, finally, it's my most requested video. Why I decided to do it now when I have a brace, who knows? Who knows? But here we are. How I curl my hair. Now this video is obviously how to get this look. As you can see right here, it's pretty big and bouncy. If you want a different look that I have, maybe you've seen it on my Instagram and you really like it, then just let me know and I can make more lovely videos for you guys about hair curling. It's like my favourite thing. Let me know as well if you want a video about the different products that I use. Maybe you're kind of interested to know about the different setting creams and which are really good for one thing and which good for a different look. So, on to the rolling. And I should tell you that I sleep in my rollers, which is why I'm wearing my pyjamas. Good evening. Here I am wearing my favourite pyjamas. You might recognise them from the Christmas Day Vlogmas video we made. Check out that card above and watch that if you haven't. I'm also going to put the link to where you can buy them in the description down below, in case you want some too. Now, did you realise my hair was this straight? Crazy, I know. We're starting here with just damp hair. I washed it an hour ago and then left it to air dry. I used two products in it straight after the bath. The Tresemme Runway Collection Shape and Memorise Cream to keep my curls even in the rain. And the Got2B Styling Oil to tame flyaways. Also going to write those in the description, so don't worry. To brush my hair when wet, I only ever use a tangle teaser. It fits really nicely in my palm and it doesn't destroy my hair. Definitely not going to show you the front of the brush, however, because as vintage ladies know, setting cream gunks up everything and it's gross. Genuinely the most useful thing is this little bowl of water, as we're doing a semi-wet set today. Water, it's free. Here are my rollers. They're sponge, comfortable to sleep in, I've coordinated my eyeshadow to them, and they're super cheap. I get mine from Boots, but similar ones are available at Amazon. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and get to business. No? What? No. Stop being distracted by the puppy, Jessica. Ugh. Okay, now she's out of the way. Let's begin. Start with a fringe, if you can find it. I use a large roller, but with only a little hair. Dip your roller in the water bowl to dampen it, then run it along the outside of the hair, i.e. not the side you're putting the roller on, and then up the inside and curl down. Snap! Delightful. As I'm showing you here, the hair pattern for this look is over the top of the head, rolling away from your face, then down the sides, rolling down, not up, obviously. Got it? Good. And continuing on, remember to tuck the ends of your hair so that it curls nicely underneath the roll, but if you don't do this, you're going to have very kinky ends, and no one wants that. But if it does happen, don't freak out, we all learn from our mistakes, or something. Now there have been some mentions on Instagram that my hair's getting too long. What do you think? Well, really, having to reach up to get the ends, so maybe yes. My next door neighbour's children cut my hair into a mushroom shape when I was 4, and that freaked me out too much to let anyone cut my hair for the next 10 years, so it was always very long when I was a child. Oh, actually no, I let my aunt trim it sometimes because her daughter, my cousin, had excessively long hair, so I trusted her. Quite a few people mention that their hair pulls when it's in rollers. I would really advise keeping the hair into a rectangular block. As you can see, here's the back of my head. If it has a pointed top, then there's not a lot of hair to put all of that weight on, and of course it's going to pull. Although, next fun fact, I can't actually feel half my scalp, as my neuropathy kills the nerves, so bonus. I started curling my hair using hot rollers when I was 19, physiotherapy, after paralysing both my arms for 2 years. I should make a story time about that. I know, it's crazy. Previously to that, I think I just put a wave in it by sleeping with twisted buns or ragging it like a Victorian child to get ringlets. Yeah, I actually dressed like a Victorian child as well when I was little. I'm true vintage, all the way. How much do you want to see a video where Claudia and I look at our old photos? We were complete opposites as little girls. She wore men's cycling shorts. I wore smocks. Anyway, I've always disliked my straight hair, but I guess that's the standard. We sort of always want what we don't have. tiny ones go in the back, underneath here, and they give your head a little bit more lift and body. Really should have clipped these together before doing this. Well done, Jessica. Finally done! Next up, get your hairnet like an old granny. This will keep those hair rollers in place overnight. I don't hook it over the fringe roller because I find it gives me a headache and leaves a massive dent in my forehead. Something you don't need when trying to get ready in the morning. Now for the silk scarf. This is going to stop flyaways and keep your hair glossy. It also traps in heat, which is great for setting your hair. Plus it means I can wear my rollers to the shops without getting funny looks. Go to Pilates. Let me know if you want a video where I show you some really good vintage scarf tying. And that's it. Good night. Good morning, Jessica. Oh, I love my wife. Oh, and she knocked everything over as she left. She's cute that way. Right, off with the sleep gear. Time for the brush out. Oh, got a little stuck there. You can also see this brush out in my Vlogmas Get Ready With Me card up above. I know that Anna found that very relaxing, but here it's sped up. Work from the bottom to the top of your head, unfurling the curl away from your face. You can either hold the hair at the roots with one hand whilst uncurling with the other, as I've done so far, or you can curl them around your finger like this. Oh, God. Right. Remember to uncurl, not pull. Don't stress your hair unless it is stuck together like this, which can happen with setting cream. Delightful. Okay. On to the brushing. Start with the tangle teaser. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Just gonna speed this one right up. Finally. Right. Onto the paddle brush. Whilst the tangle teaser gives fluff, the paddle brush smooths down. It's especially useful if you brush against something. Either your hand or, as I do, my boobs. Yes, brush against your boobs. Especially if you're wearing something silky. Sometimes the brush out takes longer than putting rollers in. Front section. This part you can also see in our holiday to Cornwall video, card above. Although, hilariously, I didn't have setting cream, so my hair started out well, but then went terribly flat through the wedding. Straight, 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 by the end of the day. Unlike me. Okay, sorry, moving on from the gay jokes. Pretty fringe, but so flat. So partition it off and really get that comb in there for some good back combing. Build up a really solid base. Then smooth on the surface so you don't kill the height. Lovely! There we go. Big bouncing vintage curls. We can leave the fringe hanging down or of course pin it up. If you have a pin, which I don't. Well done, Jessica. Good job. Remember, lovelies, to like, comment and subscribe for more. I've really enjoyed making this for you guys, so I'm looking forward to doing more hair videos. Yay!